What's up, Road to Riches family? Today we are going to talk about EDBL stock. It was halted many times this morning and had a big breakout and short squeeze today. So we'll talk about some patterns that I seen this morning, some chart history, and some technical analysis on the stock. If you're new to the channel, we talk about how to make money in the stock market, day trading, stock updates, and more. So make sure to subscribe if you like making money in the stock market, and smash that like button if you learned something new today. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family so we can all get on the road to riches. Now, I actually lost a lot of money on this stock in the past. It was one of my biggest losers of the year. So we'll get to that soon, but I actually made up most of that loss today. Now, I'm going to be honest, we have to talk about my day trading journey and how that's been going. So these past 3 days have been great for me. You know, at one point I was down about $150 within these past 2 months in my account, and I was actually thinking about quitting YouTube and day trading. But I was never the one to quit early. You know, I enjoyed the process because I know success is always at the end. But with that being said, I'm probably 1 or 2 trades away from being back in the green, and I hope I can keep it up for this month and the rest of the year. And I also hope that y'all learning from these videos that I'm putting out, and we could all be successful at the end of this. But this is just the start to this journey. Now, looking at the chart for EDBL, this stock went from $1.48 to $4.74. Now, it had its first green day pattern, and it also had a $3 move. So that means 100 shares, if you brought that at $1.48, could have got you $300, and 1,000 shares could have got you $3,000, and etc. Now, obviously, that's not ideal, but just making a portion of that is the goal. So looking at the pre-market, you can see we got resistance at $1.78, but this wasn't a big percent gainer before the market opened. It wasn't really popping up on my skin. It actually had low volume, but about 10 minutes before the market opened, you can see we started to get a little run. Now let me zoom in so y'all can see what happened this morning. So out the market open, the stock had a VWAP recovery pattern super early. Then the stock actually started breaking out over VWAP. And then got over that pre-market high. So when it started breaking out, I tried to get shares in the low $2 range, but I didn't get filled until about $2.50 right before the halt. So I thought we would get a dip actually back to VWAP, but we didn't. We just kept on breaking out. So I ended up kind of chasing, and I brought more shares at the dip during 9:46. So as we got into strength, as always, I sold. I also got some shares sold in the high 370s, 340s, and actually a few shares at 414. Now, this is also a good example of a 1, 2, 3 type of pattern. So as you can see, 1, we get a big run. 2, we get a crack down to some type of support, or usually VWAP, and this can be between 10 to 30% usually, and that's just in my experience and the data that I've been taking. And then 3, you get a bounce from that big sell-off, and that can be a small bounce, or sometimes you can get a bounce all the way back to new highs, and the stock just keeps on breaking out. So this was another example of a good 1, 2, 3 pattern. Now let's go to the 1-year chart. You can see on the 10th of August is when I took that big loss. Now that day we had 73 million in volume, but today we was already at 40 million by the afternoon. So that was a good indicator for me to get in. Now, from a broader perspective, you can see that small dip in the morning, and then the big breakout to over $4. And then after that, we get a clear dip buy from VWAP, and that's all I like to see from a stock in the morning. Now, one thing to keep in mind, and this is super important, this stock is a super short squeeze. The last major news was about 2 weeks ago about a self-watering display, but it had no news today. And if you look at the short percent on the stock, it is at 43%. So that's why we also seen that big run today. Many shorts getting squeezed out of their position and causing this big breakout today. So be on the lookout for EDBL. And remember, we did have that VWAP recovery this morning, which shows us that shorts are trapped. So this stock fell in the afternoon back to $2. But it is a Friday, so let's see how it opens up on Monday. Now, I'm going to leave a video below that y'all can watch about short squeezes and kind of what that is. But other than that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more stock tips and updates. And I'll see y'all in the next video.